Dinosaur Story. World famous T-Rexes. Hi! This time, we're going to look at some of the world's most famous T-Rexes. About 40 Tyrannosaurus skeletons have been discovered so far, but well-preserved specimens are not common. That is why large, well-preserved skeletons receive great attention and have nicknames. The scientific name of Tyrannosaurus is Tyrannosaurus rex. The genus name Tyrannosaurus means tyrant lizard, and the species name Rex means king. It is called T-Rex for short. Now let's look at the world-famous T-Rexes. The first T-Rex. The first Tyrannosaurus fossil was discovered in 1902 by Barnum Brown of the American Museum of Natural History in South Dakota, and 6 years later, he discovered another fossil skeleton that was almost completely preserved. The second skeleton was on display at the American Museum of Natural History. At first it stood like a kangaroo. However, it is currently displayed in a horizontal position. Sue, the Miss World winner. T-Rex Sue is very famous. In 1990, the largest and most wonderful Tyrannosaurus skeleton ever was found on a farm of Maurice Williams, in South Dakota. The skeleton was nicknamed Sue. She was Cinderella among dinosaurs. Maurice Williams asked Peter Larson of the Black Hills Institute of Geological Research to investigate. Larson excavated more than 10 tons of huge fossils and paid Williams $5,000 in return. But a quarrel broke out. Since Peter Larson had already paid $5,000, he claimed it as his own. But the farmer insisted that the money was just for an investigation. Moreover, the Cheyenne claimed that it was theirs because it was found on an Indian reservation, and even the federal government insisted that the state should own it. In the end, the dispute was led to a lawsuit, and it went all the way to the Supreme Court, and was finally ruled as the private property of the farmer. Maurice Williams put the skeleton up for auction, and it was sold to the Field Museum of Natural History in Chicago for $8.4 million. Sue was the largest and best preserved Tyrannosaurus skeleton and sold for the highest price ever. It is said that female Tyrannosaurus was bigger than male. So Sue got a female name after Sue Hendrickson, who was involved in the excavation of the fossils. Stan, the most expensive. Stan is the T-Rex unearthed in 1992 in South Dakota. With a preservation rate of over 70%, it was the most complete skeleton ever discovered and sold for the highest price ever, surpassing Sue. Stan was sold to the United Arab Emirates for an all-time high of $31.8 million through auction, and will be exhibited at the Abu Dhabi Natural History Museum, which is scheduled to open in 2025. The name Stan comes from Stan Sakerson, who first discovered it. Scotty, the largest. Scotty is the skeleton discovered in 1991 in Saskatchewan, Canada. Until then, Sue was known as the biggest Tyrannosaurus, but Scotty beat it. She was the greatest female warrior ever. Scotty is known as the largest Tyrannosaurus skeleton to date, with a body length of about 13 meters. So, scholars speculate that Scotty was older than Sue, and was female. The name Scotty comes from the Scotch whiskey that the excavation team drank to celebrate the discovery. Trix, the Dutch. Trix is the skeleton excavated in 2013 in Montana, USA by Dutch paleontologists and Black Hills Institute of Geological Research. The skeletal fossils were almost completely preserved. In order to purchase the skeleton, funds were raised through a €10 for T-Rex campaign, along with the museum's budget. Trix was named after Queen Beatrix and is currently on display at the Museum of Natural History in Leiden. Tristan Otto, the German. Tristan Otto was discovered in 2010 in Montana. Niels Nielsen, a businessman who loved dinosaurs, and his friend Jens Peter Jensen, bought the fossil and nicknamed it Tristan Otto after their sons. Niels Nielsen lent it free of charge to the Natural History Museum in Berlin for public access and academic research. It's not a donation, but he's a great guy anyway. Jane, the teen girl. Jane is the skeleton discovered in Montana in 2002 and is currently on display at the Burpee Museum of Natural History. Jane is named after museum benefactor Jane Solem. Jane is only about half the size of the skeletons introduced earlier. Jane's sex is unknown too. So, there are claims that it is a new genus, but many scholars consider it to be an adolescent Tyrannosaurus, about 11 years old. Shen, the first Asian. Shen is the skeleton exhibited at the Victoria Theatre and Concert Hall in Singapore for the first time in Asia in 2022. After the exhibition, it was scheduled to be auctioned at Christie's in Hong Kong, but the auction was cancelled due to claims that the preservation rate was unreliable. Rexy, the movie star. Rexy is the fictional T-Rex that appeared in the movie Jurassic Park and Jurassic World, and movie fans affectionately call it Rexy. Dinosaur quiz. Which of the following is the largest T-Rex known to date? Number 1 Sue. Number 2 Jane. Number 3 Stan. Number 4 Scotty. The answer is Scotty, found in Canada in 1991. Until then, Sue was known as the largest Tyrannosaurus, but Scotty surpassed it. That's it for today. See you next time. Thank you.